Yo, what's up? Welcome back to SBAA Nation. My name is Keith, aka Keystone, and in today's video, guys, we are going to break down Thursday night football of Week 4 NFL. We have the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I have some thoughts about this game, and some of my reads last night weren't the best on Monday Night Football. We did hit this over alt total play. We have this cooking. This is a free pick for you guys right here. You can use this as a little parlay piece. I just don't see that game over in Vegas between these two teams not hitting 40 total points. I could be wrong, but we use this as a parlay piece to pretty much basically like we're up on the weekend. So yesterday I just got us a little skin in the game, basically lower wager just to, try to get us a little upside. Our other play missed. So we're technically down like a little bit from yesterday. So it's like 1.9 units ish on the week. But if this hits right here, it'll actually pull us back up above 2.0 units before we started last night. So I'm very confident in that. DFS was not good this weekend. There was a lot of injuries. There were a lot of close misses, just some bad reads too mixed in there. Like this one really stands out. I mean, I probably should have had a little Mark Andrews, man. But yeah, I mean, weird game. The Lions' defensive line just dominated, man. So, but let's get into some picks today, and we're gonna head over to Prize Picks, and I kind of have something I want to show you guys over there that you can kind of set. Now it's Taco Tuesday. Now, if you catch this before Taco Tuesday's over, on my winnable free plan, I already just posted a taco play. If you missed that taco, you could use those two guys I put with it with the next taco if you want. So make sure you hop over on the winnable free plan. And I wanted to let you guys know too, we had 10 people sign up very quickly on this deal. I restocked 5 more of these for you guys to give you a chance, give you a fair chance. Full season picks. We are up over 9 units on the books currently, and I am in like slow transition. DFS did not go good this week. I throw those plays in too. So if you're a DFS guy, we're going to have like a 50 to 75 unit weekend. It's coming on DFS as well. We just, naturally lower our wages over there, and I like to play more volume. But on the books, we're right where we belong, almost right at about 10 units plus through three weeks of the NFL. My goal is to have 40 by the end of the season. So we're right on pace with that. And, like for some of my clientele that are putting like $1,000 a play, just basically copying my bets. They're up about almost 10 grand right now. So, that's what I charge, guys. It's not like I'm like overcharging for picks here. We're up 10 units on the season on the books. That's what a lot of my top clientele pays for. And I'm hooking a lot of y'all up. 10 of you got this real quick yesterday. If you simply just type in code PROFIT, okay, this is going to take it all the way down to $300. And for the guys that say like, hey man, I'd love to get on, but that's still just a little steep for me, I'm kind of broke right now or something. Look, guys, get your skin in the game. $27 a month, zero free interest. Okay. $27 a month. If you can't afford $27 a month over the course of whatever this is, probably a year, interest free, you probably shouldn't be gambling in the first place. Come find out. Come start winning with us. This is probably the best deal I'm going to have of the season. And like I said, the first 10 went really quick. So I'm only doing 5 this time because you guys got to understand something. Okay. There's a lot of people that will pay more than this. And I got to do what's best for me, but I am trying to help some of you guys out. And, I have compassion for all walks of life. And I wasn't always a professional gambler. Okay. I didn't quit my 9 to 5 last year. I used to do a 9 to 5. It wasn't like a normal 9 to 5, I guess. But what I'm getting at is the price is the price. That's what it is. We absolutely kick ass here. We have a track record for over 2 years now doing this. It's more like 2.5, really. This is why they limit me over on Price Picks, which I will probably not lock a play in on the screen today, but just go take advantage of this while you can. If you're one of the first 5, you're going to get the deal of the freaking year. So let's hop over to Price Picks. They do limit me to $5 to play, by the way. Most of y'all know that, and it's for a reason. Okay, I guarantee you, on one hand, most of y'all that are watching this, you can't show me one person in your life, not one, that's limited by Price Pick or any book. FanDuel banned your boy, just for the record. And the reason why is because I know what I'm doing, and that's why we're up almost 10 units on the season through 3 freaking weeks. Just so you guys know, a unit is what you put per play. So on the books, my unit size is $1,000. So if I put $1,500 down on a bet, that's 1.5 units of risk. Okay. That's how that works. So even if you're $100 a unit better, a tenth of that right there, which is where I started at a couple of years ago. Okay. Even if you're $100 a unit better, I still have you up almost $900, and you're getting the whole season of picks through the Super Bowl, college football, NFL, anything else I said, NBA, literally for $300. So go sign up. And on top of that, not only are you going to get all my book stuff, which where we put most of the money down, you're going to get all my bonus DFS stuff too. And I'm really good at this too. It hasn't popped off yet like I was hoping we'd have one weekend. We did pretty good in college football weeks 1 and 2. The last 2 weeks have just kind of been mediocre. And then Sunday, Monday in the NFL has not been the best. So, but we're going to bounce back 100%. Now, if you're not on Prize Picks yet, even if you're a book user like I am, you live in a state like Tennessee, or one of these other book states like Illinois, where you can do both, kind of like you can in Tennessee, you should own Prize Picks. It's a must-own app. And if you simply just make the minimum deposit of $10, you put a $5 bet down, they instantly give you 50 to play with. So, you could be locking in these plays on them, which is fantastic. So I say it all the time, guys. One of the fastest way to increase your bankroll is simply by signing up with new apps. And a lot of these apps are awesome, and they all have their own benefits. Like today is Taco Tuesday. Let me show you guys. Now they're giving every single user a free Jalen Hurts square. So this is a free square. But I want to show you guys, if we go back to the board here, we go to popular. Let's see, maybe it's under MLB. Maybe it's under WNBA right here. Yeah, okay, so they got this girl, and we just set a play with this that I gave out on the winnable free plan. So there's still, a little bit of time. Like I said, by the time I upload this, you might not get this one. You can use the next taco, but it's already posted on the winnable free plan for 100% free, guys. Takes you less than a minute to sign up on that, by the way. So let me show you guys what I did. So we have this play open, by the way. Gave this out for free last night on the winnable free plan. I try to hook you guys up, man. I try to help you make money. Okay, that's what I do. And I feed a lot of free plays. I need to pick it up a little bit. You got to understand, like what we do on the books, it's a little more condensed. We have a lot of DFS looks, and we lower our wagers. Most of the time, I'm betting anywhere from $25 to $100 a play on DFS. That's it. Because I just, it's hard. It's hard to get 5 picks right. It's hard to get 4 picks right. Hell, it's even hard to get 3 picks right. So you got to understand, every time you set one of these, $5 to pay 30, because that's what they limit me to. That's 6 extra money. That's like setting a plus, 500 parlay on the books, basically, is what that means. Plus 500 is hard to hit. It's hard as hell. So when you're taking even money picks where you really believe in a side or a total, or you do safety parlays, like I'm kind of like the little master of, where you're taking alt totals and stuff, it's a lot easier because you're risking 1,000 to win 1,000. When you're going for, if you put $1,000 on a play like this, not only would you get limited very quickly if you started hitting, to win 6,000, the chances of that happening are much lower than hitting an even money little safety parlay or a straight pick. Okay, it's important to understand the game you're playing. Now, I really do like these picks right here. Okay, so we already used a discount last night. You can use that Jalen Hurts free square if you want, but I love the kickers going over in this game. This is a division matchup. Usually these teams play each other pretty well. We'll break down this game in a sec, but I'll just kind of get into it now. Look, I think both defenses are I think Seattle's defense is elite, actually. And I think Arizona's defense is solid. Like, they actually looked pretty good. I mean, they were playing like the D team of the Niners, to be fair. But they've kept most of their teams in the teens. The Niners won on a last-second field goal. The Saints, well, they're not a very good offense. The Panthers, well, they're not a very good offense. But, the Cardinals, they haven't really faced like a great offense. And this isn't a great offense in Seattle either. Let's be real. So you have two, like I said, I think Seattle's elite. I think their defense is easily top 5 in the NFL. And then Arizona, we know they have a pretty solid pass rush, and we know Seattle doesn't have a great offensive line. So when these teams do move the ball, I expect, especially if they get down there anywhere near the red zone, I think they're going to struggle. And I think we're going to see quite a few field goal kicks in this game. So you can lock these in. A couple other picks, if I had to give you guys some just in that game, I think there's a few angles we can take here. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. Last night, we locked this in on Sleeper early at 70 freaking yards. 70. And then when I went back to Sleeper, I don't know, 2 hours after last night's game ended, it was already at 80. Now it's up to 82, 83 on some sites. However, he's blown right over. So he's averaging right over 100 yards a game. So this is clearly his number one receiver. He is getting a lot of targets downfield, which you like to see. And on top of that, Arizona secondary, that could be like the one weakness. They have some guys that are banged up that we don't even know if they're going to play. We'll have to check the injury report, but they were missing a couple starting defensive backs against the Niners on Sunday. So I don't mind JSN. Let's just take this off. Like I said, you can use this Jalen Hurts free square on that kicker play, or if you like something, that I'm showing you right here, you could go that too. But a couple other things. I mean, Trey Benson is a pretty good receiving back, but we just don't know how they're going to use this guy. I don't know if they trust him to fully pass protect. We'll just have to see. Okay, that's cool. This just came down a yard. Sweet. There you go. 81 and a half. Let's see what else we got here. I was looking for this. Tony Horton's been right in the middle, right around this line. That could be a decent pick right there. I might have a little exposure to this guy. Cooper Kupp just seems like, I don't know. He's just not involved very much. And then on the Arizona side, I don't really trust any of these dudes. Michael Wilson, he's allegedly the number 2. Trey McBride, look, he's only hitting 1 of 3 games. Marvin Harrison, I still think they just don't know how to use this guy. Sometimes I really question the Arizona offensive coaching staff. So, and then if you just want to talk quarterbacks too, I mean, look, Kyler's only hit this in like 1 of 3 games, and he was right there against the Panthers. Barely went over this. I do think that this is a close, pretty competitive game. To me, this one has like 23-20, 2017, 24-21, somewhere in that range written all over it. I don't see either one of these teams getting to 30 points. Both their team totals are right around 20 points. So I don't know, man. I would lean the Kyler under. I really would. And I don't know if I trust the Sam Darnold under simply because we know this guy's probably going to get 100 yards. And we know that Arizona's DBs are banged up. So we'll see if they play or not. But those are a couple ones on top of the kickers that I really like. Sign up on Prize Picks, promo code SBAA, link down below. We'll set you up with that promo, play 5, get 50, guys. And on top of that, there's another great promo over here on Onyx. And look, I'm really starting to push this on some of my guys that have been with me on DFS, because we just ran it up on DFS last couple of years. That's why Prize Picks limits me. But we've really transitioned in the last like 6 months to we're trying to be more of like a book channel. We really are. And I'm trying to push a lot of my clients to understand the difference of what these two things are, what we're doing, risk management, and a lot of other things. And quite frankly, I just think the books are funner. Like there's nothing like last night, for example, okay? When you need a player like Zay Flowers to do something and he fails you, or you need, Amon-Ra St. Brown for one more catch. He had 6. I think his reception line was at 7. It's very frustrating because you truly never know how a game is going to flow. And right into the third quarter, everything looked pretty good. Like I was like, oh, we got a sleeper play that's probably going to hit over here. And then David Montgomery had that long run. And when stuff like that happens and you have a lot of PI flags, like the Ravens were very fortunate to get a few times. I mean, obviously there were legit calls, but you're still kind of lucky. You throw the ball down the field, takes it all the way up to the 3-yard line. That hurts your passing props for your quarterbacks. So naturally the unders, I think, are kind of the power position a lot of times. And on DFS, it's my job to make sure that I start incorporating that. But, a lot of guys don't like betting on unders, and it's just not fun. It's not fun watching a football game betting on the under. But, right now, especially early when the defenses might have a leg up on these offenses, a lot of these teams don't even seem like they can produce a simple 2-minute drill. It might be just our path for at least the short term, okay? So keep that in mind. And we took, pointed you towards the Kyler Murray under. I don't know if he gets to that number. I just don't. So what do we know about this game? Let's go take a look over here. And like I was kind of saying, I'm trying to talk a lot of these DFS guys that have been with me that are currently VIP clients that live in states like Georgia and Alabama and, some of these other places where, they're just betting on player props. There's nothing like being able to bet on your team. Say you lived in Atlanta and you wanted to bet on the Falcons. That wasn't a good bet this week. But you also really like Bijan to score a touchdown. You just want the Falcons on the money line. That means to win, like my hat. And you want Bijan to score a touchdown. That's a really good bet. That would have been a great bet this week. It would have been about even money, maybe a little over that, like plus 120, something like that. That means if you put 100 bucks down on a play like that, you would have won 120 bucks. And it's a very simple outcome. And rooting for, like tomorrow night, for example, say we pick a side, right? You don't really care what players do something. You just want, like, if the third string tight end comes in on a random trick play and scores a touchdown, you're going to be jacked that if it's on your side of the game. The other thing, well, when you get to halftime and this score is 9-6 and you have the under, you feel good and you're like, man, just, like you're going to be rooting for defense. So whatever you pick, you're going to have skin in the game on whatever it is, and it's funner, and you're not relying just on individual players. You just want your outcome of whatever the team is doing, whether that's taking the under, whether that's taking the money line side, or say it's a really close game and like say the spread was a little bigger. Say they were like 3.5-point dogs, and you think they're like, hey, they're going to keep this within a field goal. Even if they lose at the last second by a field goal, you're still excited because you just covered at 3.5. So it's a different style of betting, and I'm really trying to encourage a lot of my DFS army, militia, whatever you want to call it, to really open up their minds to this. And Onyx is a great place because it's legal in a lot of states. They're new kids on the block. Look, their sign-up offer is great. We'll get into that in a sec. But this over-under at 43.5, it's like right at that spot. Okay, so they're barely favoring the 104 on the under 43.5. Now, in football, a lot of times 1s, 4s, and 7s are very key numbers. A lot of games end on those. There's all kinds of mathematical ways a game can end on an 8 or a 5, of course. Think about 3 touchdowns and a field goal. That's 24. And then say the other team scores, 3 touchdowns. That's 21. So you're looking at 45 points. So I don't see this game getting above 47.5. And if we look at that over here on onyxodds.com, let's see what that actually pays. So we have the spread lines, we have the total lines right here. And if we just simply grab one of these that are a little bit up, so that's a negative 202 bet. That means you put 200 to win 100. So what we're not going to mess with that. That's a little aggressive, but what we're going to do is we're going to build a little safety parlay here. I'd be absolutely stunned if this game got above 51.5 points. It's that key number of 51. I'd just be shocked if this is a 3.5 to 1 favorite that it does not reach this total. A couple other things you can look at, and we'll figure out some stuff. We could keep it all in this game. You could parlay this with a touchdown, but those are plus money. We're trying to build something that feels kind of safe here, and we're going to use Thursday Night Football to do this, to implement this. And let's see what else we got here. Let's see what other options they have. They got all these player props you can combo. They got first half money lines. They have second half money lines, of course, and then the team totals. Okay, so look, a lot of times Vegas tells you what they're doing right here. Okay, and by the way, what onyxodds.com is doing, what I figured out is they're basically just copying DraftKings. They don't have every marketplace that DraftKings has, but these, whatever we lock in right here, DraftKings is going to be paying the exact same. And that's a good thing for all of you that are, especially the ones in like DFS states and stuff, okay, where this is your only option. So they're kind of telling you they think this game is going to be right around what I said it was, 23-20, 2017, 24-21, somewhere in there. So I love our 51.5 over under as the first piece. And then what we can do, we can kind of scan through some of these games, okay? Like this game right here, Minnesota Steelers, I kind of feel the exact same way about it. Look, Pittsburgh's defense doesn't look very good, right? They really don't. But this is Carson Wentz starting on the road. It's in Pittsburgh. You never know. Their secondary looks to be like a mess, but this game has just like field goals written all over it. But let's just kind of go through these and see if we can find a legit parlay piece here. Like this is too much. We're not taking the Bills, and I don't really want to touch them on the spread either because it's hard. It's hard to win by multiple scores in the NFL right now. It just is. Lions over Browns. Like Lions just played last night. Browns just won. They pulled an upset. Now this is in Detroit, but we know the Browns defense is solid, right? The Texans should not be 3.5 to 1 favorites over anybody, not even the Titans. Okay, like I don't get this line at all. They'll probably win the game, but it's just, do you really trust something like that? No. Same with the Patriots. Like the Panthers just beat the Falcons 27-0. Should the Patriots be 2.5 to 1 favorites over anybody? The answer is no. The Chargers, well, this could be a letdown spot, and it could be a trick because Jackson Dart is starting. Now, this Chargers defense has been really good through 3 weeks. Denver had some opportunities. Bo Nix barely missed Marvin Mims. It's not like they're an unpenetrable fortress here, but I'm just saying, like, Jackson Dart in his first start, you have the rookies, right? You got Jackson Dart taking over for Russ. He's just got announced the starter today. And you have Scattaboo taking over for Tyrone Tracy, who got hurt. And Scattaboo looked pretty damn good. He looks like he's a piece in this offense. Watched him play at ASU last year. He carried that team into the playoffs. And quite frankly, if Arizona State would have had their number one receiver in that matchup, they might have beat Texas, dude. That's how good Scattaboo was. So this game right here, it might feel good to just like smash the Chargers, but I'm telling you, it makes me a little nervous. The 3-0, they just beat Denver. This kind of feels like it could be a letdown spot, like where you don't see this coming, and it's within a touchdown spread on the road. Okay. So Colts, Rams, Colts are 3-0. I mean, dude, there's some tough games this week. Niners, they just lost Bosa for the year. I feel like they should be able to beat Jacksonville. Their defense is playing great, and they played really good even without Nick Bosa once he left the game. And you got Ravens, Chiefs, and then you have Bears, Raiders. Like, this is at 47.5. I gave you guys that one piece where we took it all the way down. I think it was like 39.5. Like, it's going to get to 40 points. So let's see what that would be just for you, just for the sake of looking. Let's see what this would pay out right here. Let me shrink this. So that's a negative 150. So that's a good bet to put 150 to win 100 on right there. You could do this. I don't know exactly what we can do beyond this right now at first glance, but I have some ideas, and I'll show you some of them. We're not going to lock anything in on the screen, but I'll tell you this. I love this right here as a parlay piece, guys. Absolutely freaking love it. And if you wanted to go something same game, I think that this game probably stays pretty close. So Arizona's slight dogs, so the value would be on them. So if you say they don't lose by a touchdown or a touchdown or more than a touchdown, so if they lose by 8, you're fucked. But if they keep it close, this is negative 177, so not quite in that range we're looking for. Yeah, so I'd probably stay away from that one. Yeah, I just, I would use this right here and like pick something else you're comfortable with. I have some college games. I'll have something. We're going to have that 51.5 in a parlay piece. And I'll tell you what, that will be a premium play, and I will give it out that one play when I decide what I'm going to do with this. I will give it out on the winnable.com free plan. But look, if you want all the plays, go sign up before those 5 are gone, guys. So we're going to just keep that for now right here. And that's going to be the parlay piece. I will send the play out when I decide what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, I freaking love this. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you need to get on Onyx, man, use the link below. There, it's been up on the screen. That's the legal spot where it's legal. Make sure it's legal in your state. And guys, they're going to give you $100 free. $100 free. All you got to do is deposit $10. I mean, that's $100 free. Don't use your own money to gamble on this. Go sign up on Onyx. All right. That's all I got for you guys. Let's cash some slips. Peace.